Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm so excited to chat with you about something that is a super hot topic right now. What I've been having conversations with my fellow entrepreneurs, my clients, all of these things. So I want to share some really helpful tips for you about the way to shift your money mindset. So this is what we're going to work on today. My name's Angela Williams. If you're new to me, I'm a licensed therapist, leadership and mental health expert. I work with executives on their mindset. I do a lot of mindset coaching, corporate trainings, and speaking events. And so I've created multiple frameworks to help individuals who are really looking to build that life and career of their dreams. And so I've worked over the last 15 years with athletes, entrepreneurs, business owners, licensed professionals, corporate executives, helping them to find the alignment, balance, and improving their wealth mindset while still excelling in their careers and redefining what success actually looks like for them. First of all, I want to talk about why mindset matters more than strategy in wealth building. Now, people are going to come for me for this because I love strategy. I think it's so helpful and we need it. We do. But here's where we need the mindset for wealth building first. We all have a ceiling. I call it a success ceiling. Some people call it the glass ceiling. We all have some limit, our upper limit on the amount of wealth that we think that we can attain. And this comes from a blueprint from your life, from your experiences, from your family, from generations, from society. And what we know about the brain is that and your body and how they work together is that your nervous system is going to regulate to what's familiar and what feels safe without intentional intervention. So, for example, if you say that you want to make $1 million, but no one's in your family has ever seen $1 million, you don't know what that looks like, feels like, you don't know how to do that, your system might respond with a hang on, this could be a threat type of thing, not to mention all of the societal stuff that we hear about making such a large amount of money. So it's very important that we have our mindset first. Strategy is so important and it goes hand in hand. But even with the best strategy, people who have a mindset that is rooted more in scarcity or fear are going to take that system and ignore it or sabotage it or really not follow it. So that's why I always say mindset is the most important thing first. So I mentioned this blueprint about wealth and your capacity and ability to handle it, make it, do what you want with it. And this notion of the blueprint comes from the wealth blueprint, comes from a really great book I highly recommend called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And he talks about exactly that. You gain all of these beliefs and thoughts and feelings about wealth and your capacity to generate it in our lived experiences. And so I want to talk to you about what are those top common beliefs that keep you limited in your mind, keep you limited in wealth generation. And so I'm going to list off a few of the common ones that I've heard. If you have more of them, feel free to list them in the comments. But there can be some that are pretty general to all of us. So kind of our common human wounds, if you will, kind of generalize and come down to I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. Sometimes it can be I'm a failure. When we get more into kind of that money spin, it's I have to work really hard or to see wealth or I'm not capable. I don't have the capacity to do this. Some other things might be it's for them and not for me. So making money is for those type of people, not our type of people, or generating a lot of money is right because we're still making it. We have to survive for the most part. We are no longer in a society that primarily works on trades or bartering. Some other beliefs that again can be passed down from people, whether that is from a spiritual or origin or stories or things like that, is that money is evil. So if you've ever heard of that belief, let me know. You ever heard that statement? And so therefore, what our brain intakes is that, oh, if money is evil, therefore people who have a lot of it must also be. And then we see that perpetuated in the news when we have really successful people and they're doing terrible things, unethical practices. Another piece can be, I can't be trusted with money. Is that something that you heard or experienced or are mimicking from the behaviors of people, parents, family that you've seen before. Another belief is if I make too much money, people will leave me or steal my money or beg from me. It'll ruin my relationships, essentially. All of these can be mostly subconscious. So, you're not really 100% aware of them all of the time, but really what we notice is our behavior. So I'll get to that in just a second. And then another common belief is like, if I'm making all of this money, I'm taking it away from somebody else who needs it. And that's not true. We know that those two things do not correlate completely, but that's what it feels like, or that's what we've taught, or that we have to live like a poor or noble life. But in reality, we know that to help others, we need to be well resourced in order to do that. So the beliefs that you have taken on in your life impact your thoughts, which therefore impact your emotions and your behavior, and can ultimately be changed. So we see that cycle. And a lot of times you hear the thoughts, emotions, behavior is our traditional cognitive behavioral therapy model. But I think the most important piece here is the beliefs that come underneath it. Because if your belief was money is good, then that would impact your thoughts of, hey, how can I make money and share it? And that would make you feel excited and curious. And then the behavior would be, let me go find that. Let me go do that. If your belief is money is everywhere, then you wouldn't feel frantic. You would feel hopeful and optimistic and calm. So we've got to really think about what our beliefs are about money first. So I had a person that I worked with before who was a licensed professional and surrounded by money all of the time. And she had this belief that she had to work very hard. She had to save her money. She could not spend her money. That's what she needed to do to survive. And our brains are wired for survival. And how she learned about that was from a family member who overspent and put them in situations that were not safe. And so that's the stuff that lives way back in our brain, in our body, and will come out in our behaviors. So a lot of times we can catch what's happening in our behaviors. Why am I overspending? Why am I hoarding all this money? Why am I not putting it back to invest in myself and others? So how to rewire your brain to think like a wealthy person is understanding what the thought process are in general first, but it's that abundance thought process. You saw that example. Money is everywhere. I'm capable of generating money at any time. Even though it's not true yet, we get to still pre-program our brain because it's better than I don't have any money's scarce, money just keeps flowing out of the bank account. Even if you're generating a lot, it sometimes can be hard to keep it. So I want you to start to notice, and here's some practical shifts that you can do now, starting right this second, is start to notice what's in your body that comes up. Your body gives a lot of great information, right? So what happens in your body when you're thinking about money, when you're thinking about spending, when you're thinking about keeping, saving, whatever that is, generating, whatever that is, notice that first, okay? That can help you become aware of the blueprint. Where did I feel this before? What is this familiar to? And then, because understanding and identifying what's happening is like 80% of the battle. Awareness, 80% of the battle. So some daily habits is start to be aware of what's happening, change your language, and retrain your brain. We have to program abundance into our brains. That is how we can change it, right? So right now, if you've got a lot of fear, scarcity, or you're really on autopilot and you kind of don't know what's going on, but you don't like your bank account or your behavior, that is where we need to make those shifts into abundance, okay? There is more than enough for everyone. There's more than enough for me. I have the opportunity and availability to do this, to make this, to keep this, to grow this. That's what's going to help you build wealth first. Then we can pull in those systems later. So work on that every single day as you continue to do what you do. But be very aware. The awareness is key. And if you want to go deeper in this work, I am here to guide you. I have a new masterclass coming out called Expansive Leadership, and we're going to be diving in how to regulate your nervous system in these times that feel difficult, that feel uncertain or in autopilot, and you just say you're hitting some ceiling and it's time to blow past it. This is where you get to do that by rewiring your beliefs and your body to respond in a way that is expansive, that is full of opportunity for you to keep going even further. And so we've got the masterclass coming up. I will put that link in the comments. And there's always room to work with me one-on-one, whether that's in a longer term container or just a short one-on-one session where we really dive in and give you a plan, a strategy to go with your mindset of how to rewire that for yourself. Okay. All right. Have a good one. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.